Step 1, put on the compression fittings. Inlet, outlet, overflow drain. Very simple. Okay, you take the compression fitting and you want to make sure that that pipe bottoms out on that ridge right there. On that ridge, alright? Goes down all the way, and once that stops, you can screw this back on. Then you're going to tighten these two down. After it's snug, about 2 turns, then it's fully compressed, and that's all you need. Next, you simply take the flex line, make sure it has the O-ring in the bottom there, and you take that and you screw it on. All the way till it snugs up. And then a turn and a half after it's snug should be sufficient with a regular wrench. Okay, after you get your plumbing set up in here, what you're going to do is not hook up your wires yet. You're going to make sure your drain is closed. Okay, you're going to fill the tank, and then you're going to run the water inside or outside to get all, in the hot water side. You're going to run that to get all the air out of this tank. Once you get all the air out of the tank, you'll know because of the sound. It makes a little gurgle sound, then it goes away. Once it goes away and all the air is out of the tank, you can go up and hook up your electrical without damaging the elements in the tank. If you do the wiring first, plug it in, you'll burn the elements and this unit is done. That's on any electrical hot water heater. Alright, slide it into place, fill it up, and make sure your valve is closed. Then hook up the hook up the electric after the water is all the way up to the top. Remember now, open the hot water side on the faucet inside your house or the bath to get this to fill up. Alright, have a good one. Okay, I made a few adjustments here. So this is a smooth angle on the bypass here. So pressure relief valve is smooth around the edge now. And these are nice and rounded up here. So that's the way you want it. Now we're going to fill it up, like I said, and put the hot water side on in your sink. Turn the water onto the house. You want to get all the water, all the air out of this tank before you hook up your electric. If you don't, the heating element will kick in. Then there's nothing there to cool it on the inside in the water, and it'll fall off inside the tank, and that's called burnout. So fill the tank up first, and you're ready to rock and roll. We had some other rust stain down here from the previous tank. We didn't opt to put in the actual pan here because it's in the garage, so it doesn't really matter. And if it leaks in the pan, it's going to leak on the floor anyway, so it makes no sense. So it's worthless. Okay, here's the sound it's going to make when it's filling. And when that sound goes away, that means it's full. So while you're waiting for this water to drain out, I usually let the bypass kick in and flow outside to get all the rest of the air out of the tank. And then you're going to hook up all your wiring. Make sure it's really, really tight because it draws a lot of current on these hot water heaters. This one is 5,500 watts per element. Alright, 40 amp. So make sure these connections are really, really tight. I use a wrench and torque them down as well as a ground. And it's ready to go now because it's been running for like 10 minutes. Wait 10 minutes and check all your fittings and make sure nothing's leaking. If you got a issue here, it'll usually back the water up to the rim right here before it leaks inside the tank, the housing I mean. Alright, so if there's no water here and here around the lip, you're good to go. Alright, and that's it. Button everything back up, plug it in, and you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, everything's plugged in, ready to rock and roll. As you can see, old style. And this one has lights on it to illuminate. The power's on and the upper element is on. One thing to note, that the upper element will only work independent of the lower element. So one will go on and then the other one will go on, the other one will go off. So one at a time, not two. That'll be 10,000 watts, 11,000 watts, which is not possible. All heaters run one element at a time, either the top or the bottom. They cycle. Okay, they start off at the top, then they work at the bottom. Hope that helps you guys out. That's the install of the Performance Plus Rheem. This is a 9-year model, and the last time we had a 9-year model like this, it lasted us 20 years. All right.